This place brings back some memories. I never really dreamed that I'd be defending it again.
I shall send you to the place in which the sealing circle was once laid out. Defend the keystone, and ambush the foes that will inevitably come. Hold this place with your lives until our true objective arrives. I presume the enemy will anticipate your arrival and swarm you en masse. Eventually, the ruffian will follow.
So, we're bait?
Just so. Yours is the most dangerous of roles, and you may turn it down if you wish.
What happens when she takes the bait?
At that point, your task will be a simple one. You have but to destroy the keystone. Indeed, it would. With the keystone gone, the sealing circle will weaken, and Magatsu will be revived on the spot. But quell your fears, for I anticipate this outcome. I ask only that you put your faith in me for the rest.
Sukunahime wouldn't ask this of anyone but us. Let's do our part!
completed.
I was wondering where you'd slipped off to, only to find you in this remote hinterland. There must be something valuable here indeed. If I were to hazard a guess, I presume it has to do with that conspicuously large boulder you're so obviously defending. You've honed your technique, to be sure. But you're still one step behind me.
The keystone! Well, that's the outcome we wanted, right?
That was underwhelming. Now make your peace, before you perish. An earthquake? Can you not see it? The planet trembles with rage at your misdeeds. Evil though Magatsu may be, he is still a god. And where should divine wrath be directed, if not at one who blasphemes against him? Let your arrogance be your undoing. Come, divine Magatsu, heed the Ash Maiden's voice, and stand tall before this wicked foe. Worry not on my account. Magatsu and I are two halves of this planet's will. There is no good or evil in this moment. There is only divine wrath bearing down squarely upon this oppressor, upon she who has sinned. Guarding this planet is my duty. Magatsu, unleash your wrath to your heart's content. Into breaking the rock to set this god free. Oh, I see. I've been played like a fiddle, as it were. And yet, I remain insulted all the same. Did you think one mere god would be enough to stop me? What? You have nowhere to run!
Hey, look!
We've been through this. It's futile. I am the ruler of this universe. Do you truly think the god of some backwater trash planet could ever touch me? Such disrespect is deserving of a swift death. That was quite the amusing diversion, but nothing more. Now you shall join him. You laugh in the face of death? Have you taken leave of your senses? Forgive me. A chuckle escaped in my amusement at what little regard you have shown for a god. Your power has been engraved into Magatsu's body, and through that body, his very soul, which means...
Kotoshiro, now!
Indeed.
Let wrath incurred be the catalyst to activate the sealing circle here and now. Come to me, ashes, and deliver us unto peace! Cease your struggling! What? It's equal to mine? No. Could it be that my power is weakening? Indeed it is, ruffian. The sealing circle I just activated serves but one purpose. To suppress your power. You call this some backwater trash planet? Never underestimate a god, wench! Interesting. I did underestimate you. That much I'll grant. Such power will be an impediment to our goals. In light of that, I shall annihilate it, personally. You think your parlor tricks are enough to bring me down? With this power, I could unmake the world! This ends here! Take this! This is the end! This is the end! Take this! This ends here! underestimate me. This ends here. This ends here. Take this. This ends here. This ends here. This ends here. Ha! This is the end. I may not have my full array of powers, but you'd be unwise to underestimate me. With this power, I could unmake the world. This ends here. Wicked power.
Completed!
Consider me impressed. Fearsome showing, even if my power was suppressed. That's what makes you the vessel of the universe. I should never have underestimated you. Good thing I was the one to pay the price. What does that mean? It means this.
Ah! Lady Sakuna Hime!
Sakuna-hime! Kotoshiro!
You withstood that well, Mitra.
There was hardly anything to withstand. Pain means nothing to me. But if I'd rushed headlong into that, even I might have met my match for once.
Thank you for your devotion, Mitra. Truly, you have served me well.
You're too kind. This is what I'm meant for. Luna, you pick up where I left off.
I will.
Rest in peace, Mitra. We surmised that after acquiring equivalent calculation abilities, the first thing you would do was come up with a plan to fight me. Some cheap trick, no doubt. Mitra proposed we do some legwork of our own, and I entrusted her with sole charge of the matter. A field that creates a directed seal over a target's photons. An impressive feat indeed, for the workings of a lowly planetary deity. All the more reason for me to have dispatched one of my top retainers. Well done, Mitra. Now it falls to me to ensure that her loyalty was not misplaced. Faced with foes strong enough to slay Mitra, my judgment will be swift and merciless. I will kill you all where you stand. My. But of course you would bring the power you acquired in the other realm to bear. You must regard me highly. The sundered fragments of Dark Falls united to bar my way. What a delight this is. And yet, have you forgotten the source from which your power originates? Dark Falls come from the profound darkness. Their power and the profound darkness's power are one and the same. No child can prevail against its parent. Arcs in Dark Falls both. They are not but pieces of my grand design. Rather anticlimactic, wouldn't you say? Your form. Dark Falls? This form is yet unknown to me. Not that it will be a threat to me.
Mistress, above you!
You actually repelled it. Well done.
I don't sense any photons. You're not with arcs, are you? Who are you? What is your aim?
Where are my manners? My name is Phalig Eves. I came running from Earth. I felt drawn to your powerful presence, so here I am.
Earth. You refer to that planet from another dimension.
Personally, I would love nothing more than to stay and fight, but I can't exactly ignore the others, so I'll be taking my leave now. Hopefully I'll see you, fingers crossed.
Mistress, are you all right?
Perfectly so. I was simply taken aback by encountering someone whose photons I could not consume. Curious, but long as I remain aware of their existence, I foresee no immediate threat.
Shall we give chase? If that barrier comes up again, it could pose a threat.
No, I am quite weary of playing tag. And if I recall, Mitra said the same. All that remains is to tread the path of destruction. Every world, every universe shall be our sacrificial lambs.
Completely unacceptable, no matter the circumstances.
Even for the source, she's too strong!
On the contrary, this is exactly what we should have expected. In fact, I dare say we should be proud.
Care to explain why you seem so pleased with yourself?
Because she is the finest vessel I have ever created. Why wouldn't I be happy to have irrefutable proof of that? She has nothing but disdain for us Dark Falls, and can even contend with our host. I must say, even I'm impressed with my work.
Oh, can it? Now's hardly the time for sitting around with our thumbs up our asses. We gotta come up with a plan here.
You really don't get it, do you? We've played our hand. To resist now would be futile. I told you earlier, didn't I? That thing is the profound darkness itself. It is the source of all of our power. No life form can succumb to its own poison. That's what it comes down to.
So what now, huh? Are we just completely useless at this point?
So what now, Are we just completely done for at this point?
Not exactly. Not as long as we are still with our host. Had she taken our power for herself, the world would already be beyond salvation. That is to say, just by being here, we are in fact playing a non-trivial role. We still count for something.
Say what you want, but I still think this is all your fault. You made this monstrosity.
Though I don't dispute that I bear some blame, following the ultimate chain of cause and effect here is hardly meaningful now. If I could do things over again, I should like to avoid ever having met Xion. Had I not, everything would be different. The Photoners, and Arcs of course, would never have come to be.
What would be so bad about that? I was born before you met Xion, after all.
Yeah? What's the problem? I would still be born as long as Florent exists.
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You're just overthinking it. There's nothing we can do.
Thinking won't help. There's nothing we can do.
Photon energy exists in tandem with the Akashic Records. As long as there exists photon energy, so too shall the profound darkness. If you really want to destroy it forever, the only option is to banish the profound darkness to a world without photons.
A world with no Akashic records. Where are we going to find some place like that?
How should I know? Even the Photoners of old never found such a realm.
That one's a photoner, the root of Ark's might. And she's the original profound darkness, the source from which the Dark Falls powers flow. In other words, neither of those powers can even come close to touching her. Therefore, to defeat her, we need something else entirely. A power whose source lies elsewhere. That is precisely why you and I are here. It was the Akashic Record's final wish. Shion's final wish.
Seems you've taken quite the beating. I had a few errands to run, but you seem to be facing some pressing concerns yourselves.
What happened? No, I'll be all right. But we need to treat Tsukunahime, Kotoshiro, and fast.
I'm glad to see you're all right. I'm sorry I've been out of touch. Things have gotten, well, pretty far out of hand. The Photoners' onslaught is underway. We've never dealt with anything quite like this before. They mean to crush us in one blow.
Tamahime, should you really be here? Why shouldn't I be? With Haruka-tan in such disarray, Kotoshiro must be overwhelmed. Did you forget, Matoi? This is only a projection. I am still physically in Haruka-tan. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, is your physical body doing okay? And what about Kotoshiro? Worry not. We've sustained some injuries, but nothing too grave. Safe for now, at least. But if Shiva shows up there, things could take a swift turn for the worse. However, the troops ravaging the corporeal realm are but low-ranking grunts, so we needn't be overly worried. Shiva's wrath is directed squarely at your people now. But if she switches her focus to Haruka-tan, we are surely doomed. That is why cooperating with you is my most prudent course of action. Do not worry about the people of Haruka-tan. For now, just focus on what you can do for your own. Right, you got it. It's your friendly neighborhood informant, Patty, with a nose for the news that you want to hear.
A nose for news? More like a nose that's always stuck in other people's business. Oh, hey, Tia here.
I tried to look super energetic doing that intro, but I don't think it worked.
Huh. You seemed like your usual annoying, bubbly self, so I didn't notice.
Cut me some slack, Tia. I'm running on empty here.
You're not the only one. Everyone's exhausted. But the ops on the front lines have it a lot worse than us.
We have Shiva and her squadron to blame for all of this. Fighting them off is really taking its toll.
Well, thanks to everyone's efforts and the AIS firing on all cylinders, we're holding our own out there.
They're just way too powerful, and they keep on coming. It's like they suck up all of our photons so we can't even make a dent. There's gotta be a juicy nugget of info out there that will tell us how to knock Shiva off her stupid throne. Even supposing there was, it'd be our job to search for it. Info that'll help us take out Shiva. Wait a second. Maybe, just maybe... Yes! I've got the scoop of the century! Boom! The perfect strategy to take out Shiva! Huh. Whatever it is, it's news to me. I'm not expecting much, but let's hear it. Expect the world, sis. I've experienced this firsthand and confirmed that it works. Really? So you actually have something viable? What kind of strategy are we looking at? I like to call it the Supreme Tickle Tactic. Oh, you're such an idiot. I tried it on Rora, since she's a photoner like Shiva, and it worked wonders! So, genius, how do you plan on tickling Shiva? You need an AIS to get close enough. Boom! That's it! If we push forward with an AIS, we can get close enough to tickle her! I'll just have Ludmilla modify one. We'll give it lots of limbs like a crab or something. This will be the ultimate ARC's weapon! AIS Patty Custom. Now, answer me this. What do you suppose its primary feature will be? That's right! The ability to defeat Shiva with a tickle attack! I knew you'd get it, Guardian. Anyway, it's a foolproof way to defeat Shiva. Now that we're in agreement, I have to ask Ludmilla to get one modified right away. That's never gonna work. Ugh. I'm going to. If there's anything I can do as an ARC's informant, I'll do it. Hey! Wait up, you dummy!
Oh, it's you. Still in one piece? I came here upon sensing a great presence. Shiva, you called her? She's more powerful than I could have imagined. That look in her eyes when she blocked my surprise attack. There was no human spirit in them. I couldn't even sense a will to fight. We humans must be too trivial for her to regard with any sort of emotion. And yet, whether her heart is in it or not, her strength is too overwhelming for us. Can you imagine what sort of havoc she would wreak if she did have the will to fight? Just once, I'd like to see it. To confront her with her true spirit on display.
My masterpiece, the Emerald Tablet, has spread its wings and made my wildest fantasies a reality. Hardly any time has passed since it left my control, yet it seemed so long ago. I, Hagito Ani, renowned hero of the modern world, have amassed great wealth and prestige thanks to my rare talents and genius mind. My company will only continue to grow as time marches on, propelling my name to even greater heights. And yet, it's all so pointless. My soul still longs for something more. Something like the overwhelming rush of fulfillment I experienced when my masterpiece finally spread its wings. This time I will achieve something unimaginable. And I will do it with my own two hands.
I was trying to check up on Earth's status, but Haggith was all alone there, wasn't he? I could have sworn he was talking to someone. I hope he doesn't start causing trouble again. Anyway, looks like Earth's doing just fine.
Charlotte, you can stop now. I am fully aware of that intense love you have for me. 120% clear. So just calm down. Charlotte, I need you to relax. You fully convinced me of your love. Go frolic with Katarina and the other... Ow! All of my darling babies. Hello, mon ami. What a rare treat to meet you. Charlotte, calm down, you. Mon ami is here, so everything is fine. Allow me the pleasure of introducing you to my darling Redoran, mon ami. I call her Charlotte. She has a jealous streak. Redurans tend to be belligerent, as is Charlotte all the more so. She often gets into squabbles with my other darlings because of that. Her love for me is just too deep, I'm afraid. I must say, I'm completely entranced by her magnificent passion. Charlotte, what's the matter, my dear? Don't glare at mon ami like that. Charlotte, how dare you attack mon ami like that? I see. Are you envious of our intimate relationship? I'm terribly sorry about that, mon ami. But the way you blocked her attacks was just a thing of beauty. That's enough, Charlotte. Come back to me. Charlotte, you seem to be glaring at mon ami again. Yes, of course. Charlotte, you're trying to get stronger, all for my sake. But you don't need to push yourself, darling. I love you just the way you are. You're so faithful and... as passionate as ever, I see. Oh, yes, Charlotte. Hit me with everything you have. I welcome every expression of your love.
Let's start with a quick debriefing. Thanks to Sukuna Hime's help, we were able to take down Mitra, one of the Photoners. That's a significant win for us.
Spare us the empty consolation, boy. We've been outfoxed. She wasn't our real target.
Empty? Not quite. We've proved that if we can just seal their powers, we can defeat them. I suspect there's a correlation between us being in the know and Shiva's execution of this massive attack. When they attack by teleporting in, we can predict and detect it. They're trying to overwhelm us before we can get our defenses up.
Honestly, we're not really in a position to put up a fight. We're deploying more advanced AIS units, so we should be able to hold our ground. But if Shiva herself shows up, there's not much we can do. Huey's buying us some time by leading ARC's forces in a tactical retreat, but who knows how long they'll hold. Would that I could offer our help, but with its seal broken, we're stretched thin just keeping Magatsu from breaking loose. As it is, ARCS is assisting us in driving it back. What a pitiful state of affairs. Tamihime.
You should focus on treating your own wounds first and foremost, Sukuna Hime.
Understood. Send word at the first sign of movement.
Apologies for the delay, but I do believe greetings are in order. Pleased to meet you, Phaleg.
There's no need for such ceremony. I have sensed the peril ARC's faces firsthand.
Shiva, you mean?
She made facing you all look like child's play. She even adapted to my attacks. Instantly, might I add. She strikes with overwhelming force and gives herself space to read the situation carefully. Overcoming that will take some creative thinking, which is precisely what will make it such an absolute thrill.
Phaleg? Why exactly did you come here?
Two simple reasons. First, to find the source of an incredible aura I sensed. Second, to find the source of the ominous atmosphere I felt snaking its tendrils over Earth. And lo and behold, I believe I have indeed encountered a two birds with one stone scenario in the flesh.
We're getting an emergency transmission from Earth! It's Enga!
Put him through, Sierra.
Guardian, Sierra, wish we could chat under less pressing circumstances. I know you got your own crap to deal with, but we got a crisis brewing here. Monsters are attacking us, and they're not phantasms.
Are those Photoner forces? What are they doing on Earth?
This Shiva entity sent them, most likely. Or rather, has been sending them, aiming to crush every world at once. I will take my leave here and hurry back. Handling this alone seems a bit beyond them. Ophiel.
Well, things are bad here. But we can't just sit back and let Earth suffer. You're the most knowledgeable one here when it comes to Earth. Mind checking to see how things stand and report back?
Gotcha!
Good grief. To think this had to happen right as we were about to go check up on Earth.
Just when we were finally getting to see each other again.
Go!
This is it!
Apologies, Rena. We didn't mean to drag you into it.
And that's all water under the bridge now. Especially now. We've got company!
Understood. But at least we made it in time. With the strongest reinforcements available.
Wait, is that you?
Your aid's appreciated.
We were struggling quite a bit, but you managed to make quick work of them. We should be able to push them back. Ah!
Don't go off on your own!
What? Ah!
Not today! Sorry I took so long, Rena.
Itsuki!
Try not to be too rash. I seem to remember someone telling me that lone wolves
don't make good ARCS operatives.
I know that. Thank you. And you too.
Has everyone been evacuated, Itsuki?
You bet. Everyone's safe and sound, which is why I'm here to help.
You read me?
Appreciate you dropping in. Hate to ask, but could you do us one more favor? The math nerd and I are holding down the city area, but there's a slew of hostiles headed for the school. Go stop them.
Don't worry about it. We can handle this area.
Itsuki is correct. Thanks to you, we now know the best way to fight them.
You have people to save, right? Go on! Don't leave them waiting!
With that said, listen, you two. This foe is quite the handful, even for ARCS. If you wish to retreat, now is our last chance.
I think we're well past that point, Suzuki. We've gone toe-to-toe with Dark Falls together. Remember?
Rina is right. We can't just stick our heads in the sand when there's something we can do to help. Let's go. Planet Earth, no. Our home is counting on us.
Yo, math nerd, that way.
Watch who you're calling a nerd! Lapis! Maxwell! I finally get back from the United States, and this is what is waiting for me? I'm 200% over this. Looks like Full and Eratron have things under control. You should head to school.
Nah, I asked the Guardian to take care of things there. I doubt there'd be any scraps left for us now. And besides, these assholes seem like they still haven't had enough.
I swear, everyone just wants 100% of a piece of our pie.
Thanks, Hitsuki! Don't mention it. Well, not yet, anyway. This isn't over. Well, like it or not, we need to be the defenders here. Otherwise, we'd be letting our god down. Yes, you're right. It's you! You're here! What a relief! Yes, thank you.
Hitsuki, Corey, sorry to interrupt the reunion, but we'll have to save the sentiments for later. Enemy forces coming in from above. Lots of them.
Hitsuki! Right. Lend us a hand, won't you?
Still coming, huh? Tenacious little sons of...
I've received a briefing on the situation from Phalig. Allow me to help eradicate these invaders.
Haggith? Piss off, old-timer. We're busy.
Just as cocky as ever, aren't you? Let's see if this changes your tune. Off you go, my Emerald Tablet number 2. Give it all you've got.
Whoa! Picking up a massive wind! It's flying through the air! This is ridiculous!
Hey, is it really that surprising? It's only my Yamato. Would you expect anything less?
I don't know what to expect.
Am I wrong in remembering this guy's avatar arms were out of control?
Wait, he just treated the first one as a prequel, and went ahead and made a new one?
People who really believe they're capable of anything can sometimes be mind-blowingly strong.
Sounds like someone's trying to cover her ass.
Can it?
Main and secondary batteries! Take aim! Fire!
This makes absolutely no sense. But in a fight like this, having this much firepower is a blessing.
Precisely. Right now, numbers are what we need. Principles can come after we finish using everything at our disposal.
Now, let us handle this. We'll take care of whatever present matters are at hand. I imagine it is something not here on this world.
Felix right. We'll take care of things here.
There's gotta be something out there making these guys come knocking your door, right? Consider your job shutting that down. It probably doesn't sound convincing coming from the ones whose asses you just had to save, but we got this. And don't forget, we got someone on our side capable of beating the crap out of God. How are we supposed to face him if we lose to this gang of slobbering trash?
Enga is right. Don't worry. We'll take care of Earth. We might not handle it as smoothly as you, but we'll come together and do our best. You do the same.
Thank you. We have a clear picture of what's happening on Earth now. Seems we don't have the luxury of taking our time.
The Earthlings are doing all they can, but unless we take out Shiva, everything will be for naught.
There's just one task we need to focus on. Sealing Shiva's powers and defeating her.
Even so, that's easier said than done.
She must know what we're doing for the most part. There's no way we could lure her into a trap, is there?
Our powers of calculation are about even. So if we know what she's doing, I'm sure we're an open book to her too.
Is there a way we could concoct a strategy that would work, even if she knew what we were doing?
It might work if we could set a trap as wide as all of space. But...
it took a long time just to prepare that localized single-planet barrier when we were getting the toy back. I can't even fathom how long it would take to set up a trap the size of space itself.
As big as space itself?
What if space itself happened to be the trap? Maybe if we did this, or that. Think back, you two. We do have a way of manipulating the entirety of space, don't we? Huh? Oh! Exactly. What you did on Omega influenced the Akashic Records.
And changes in the records propagated through all of space. So we could use Omega to set up a barrier as wide as the universe. Meaning, however powerful Shiva might be, she wouldn't have anywhere to run. Sierra, call Risa, quickly. If we're going to mess with Omega, we'll need help from Harriet.
Roger!
In the meantime, I have to calculate our chances along with what kinds of effects may arise. Alma, would you lend me a hand?
Sure! 2 even! What should we do, Xiao?
You too? Let's see. Why not start with a medical checkup?